What's up, YouTube? Today I have a 3rd gen Wi-Fi battle, and it was a pretty awesome battle of epic proportions, because you know what? Using some hacks, luck, talent, skill, epicness, and many other words, I somehow was able to outmuscle a Ho-Oh in standard play. So you'll see. It was I have no clue why. This guy randomly brought a Ho-Oh. So anyways, he sends out his Tyranitar, and I go for the Will-O-Wisp because I know I could live a Rock Slide after a Will-O-Wisp. And he gets a crit on the Rock Slide, which definitely mattered. And that takes Houndoom out, which is really bad because that thing, I like Houndoom. That could have done something, done some work, I guess. So now he goes for the Earthquake on Metagross, and doesn't do all that much. I wasn't expecting it to KO or do much at all. So now he's gonna go out into that Ho-Oh. I'm like, why are you bringing Ho-Oh into a standard match? It's like, oh, just play. You didn't say no legendaries. I'm like, well, that's what standard play means. So I'm like, alright, let me see if I can outmuscle this Ho-Oh somehow. Alright, I got a standard team, nothing really to counter Ho-Oh. Maybe the closest check I have is Snorlax because of his thick fat, and that's about it. So, alright, I'm really thinking about what to do here, and I decided to switch into Snorlax, like I said, predicting the Fire Blast. So he does go for it, and it doesn't do all that much, which is good, I guess. So, now I think I go for the, well, let's see. I think I go for the Curse. Yeah, because he's going to go for a Drill Peck. It doesn't do all that much, and I could stall him out with Curse, essentially. So, this turn, I think I actually go for the Body Slam, because I'm either predicting him to switch, or it'll do a lot of damage to him. Because this is a Ho-Oh after all, and yeah, we want to get lots of damage on Ho-Oh. So I do go for a Body Slam in the switch, and it gets on a Sceptile, which isn't too bad, I guess. And does about half, a little over half, which isn't really all that bad either. So, so I'm gonna go for the Body Slam again, hoping to get the 2-hit KO. He goes for a Leaf Blade, but because Snorlax is a bulky, I don't even know what it is, a bulky fat thingy, he takes it like a champ. It doesn't get a lot of damage from that. So now he sends in Suicune, and now I think he just goes for the Hydro Pump. I think. Yeah. Oh no, he goes for the Blizzard, predicting me to switch. That's right. So that does absolutely nothing thanks to thick fat. And I do end up going for the Body Slam. I actually get the Paralyze, which is kind of funny. And yeah, so I get to move. No, I don't get to move first because I do have one curse up. But that would have been funny if I got to move first. So I go for a rest this turn, but he outspeeds and goes for the Hydro Pump. He gets a crit. I don't think it mattered, but maybe it did. I think with Stab and a high-powered move, I don't think it made a difference. So now I'm gonna go out into Magneton because I know I'm faster thanks to the Paralysis, and I can try to scare it away with the Electric type move. And that's all I really wanted to do. So, this turn I decided to set up the sub because he could either miss or get a Paralyze, which is basically what I wanted. And he ends up missing this turn, which works out great. So I'm hiding behind a sub here. And I think he switches out this turn. Or does he not? No, he doesn't switch out. He ends up going into Ho, I think, next. So I end up getting a crit on that. That might have mattered, but to be honest, it really didn't in the long run, because I could have broke it. I could have set up another sub and stalled him again, and then choose Thunderbolt again. So now he sends in this Ho-Oh, which is a piece of junk. So he goes for a Fire Blast, and he actually misses. So you know what? That's hacks, well deserved for bringing Ho-Oh to a standard match. So I'm gonna go for a Thunder Wave because that makes it a lot less scary, and of course, he has leftovers and is running a mixed set, so I'm just going to go for a Thunderbolt as it is flying type. And it does a good chunk to a Ho-Oh. considering Magneton isn't the strongest Pokemon and Ho-Oh is a legendary. So he gets a crit on the Fire Blast, that doesn't really matter. So, now I'm just gonna go for a Thunderbolt again, and I'm like, come on, random number generator, you can easily KO this Ho-Oh. Look how much it did last time. Come on, please take it out, please take it out, please take it out. No! Lives with 1 HP. Epic survive with 1 HP. So Magneton's obviously not going to survive a Fire Blast from a Ho-Oh. So I have to go into Crobat. I think I go into Crobat, right? Yeah, I go into Crobat just to revenge kill because he's the equivalent of a Choice Scarfer in this gen. And so I think I go for the... Well, his Ho-Oh dies first thanks to the Sandstorm, so Thunderbolt wasn't too bad after all. So I'm going to go for the Sludge Bomb against Dragonite because that's what'll do some decent damage, as this is a Choice Banded, really fast Crobat. So yeah, I do end up going for the Sludge Bomb. And it's a 3-hit KO at this point. He goes for the Ice Beam. I was figuring that's what he was going to do, but I was going to scout it. I knew Crobat could live 1 because he's bulky, or relatively bulky. So now I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to go into Melodic because I know he can absorb the Ice Beam very nicely. And guess what? He now gets a crit on the Ice Beam. Now you're going to say that didn't really matter. But look at next turn, and you'd be surprised to see what happens. So he's going to go for the Earthquake next turn, and I'm just going to try to go for the Ice Beam. He gets a crit on the Earthquake. He gets 2 crits in a row that definitely mattered. At least the second one mattered in the long run. I mean, I get the Ice Beam off, Dragonite's KO'd, and I'm like, what the heck's his last Pokemon? Come on. Yes, it's just a Salamence. Well, just a Salamence, that sounds kind of scary, but I know I had the Ice Beam on my team, so it's not as bad. And now this was probably the most epic part of the match. I'm going to go for the Ice Beam, hoping I can KO this thing. He goes for an Earthquake, and I live with 1 HP. Look at that, 1 HP. Then I kind of failed to kill with Ice Beam, which is probably never heard of in a Salamence. But that's okay, because I have Crobat to revenge kill. So I'm just going to send Crobat in, because you know what? I don't even want to give Metagross a chance today. I'm going to send him in and just go for a Sludge Bomb and take that stupid thing out. And if it could be maybe about 45%, if it could do about 45% to a Dragonite, that could easily KO a Salamence at that low health. So, anyways, that was a pretty epic experience of trying to take out a Ho-Oh in 3rd gen. And got a little lucky with some hacks there. He also got lucky with tons of hacks. So, you know, it was a pretty, except for the fact that he used a Ho-Oh, it was a pretty balanced game. So, anyways, expect more 3rd gen battles in the future. I'm also going to, of course, do 5th gen Black and White 2. I might even try 4th gen sometime. So, anyways, peace out.